Hey, Push Run Nation, peace, Dr. Dave here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back after watching previous videos here, thanks for coming back. And if you're interested in learning how to push your running to the next level above what your genetic potential holds you to, that's what we're about here. And today we're talking about the number one most talked about shoe in the market today. We're talking about the ALPHAFLY 3 new Atom Knit upper. What's new about it is a little bit more breathability. That orange you can see through here is the sock liner. So you can see through that. So that tells you how breathable that upper is. A netted material reinforced on the toe box here, so your big toe is not going to wear through the front of that shoe. But the problem is I ran in this in a 10-mile race 2 days ago, and one of the reasons why I do not buy white running shoes is they get dirty, and I hate dirty running shoes. Part of the trail or course for the race I ran in was packed dirt, maybe a quarter of it, possibly a third. So kicked up a lot of dirt on here, so it does have a little dirty spots on there. It has the swoosh that's pretty much silk screened on there. It's not an overlay as far as a hard material that's going to add a lot of weight or cut down on the breathability of the shoe. We do still have that fully integrated one-piece tongue system, slightly canted laces to the side as the other ALPHAFLYs did, but not as much on this shoe. Still have the sawtooth-like laces from the version 1 and 2. The one thing I was very surprised about when matching this up with the version 2, there's a lot less padding around the ankles. It's not as pillowy. Doesn't mean it's going to hurt your ankles. I didn't notice any big difference when I was running during a training run. I think I did an 8 or 9 mile training run the day before I did the 10-mile race. Didn't even see many problems with that. It does go all the way around. There's not a crevice where the Achilles is like some super shoes have. Does have the pull tab in the back. Missing from the version 3 is the pull tab on the tongue, which version 2 had. I don't remember off the top of my head if version 1 did, but it would have been nice if they added it on here, because like the predecessors, this is a tough shoe to get on. It takes a little bit of working, which is why they have that extra tongue piece there to pull up on. Once you kind of work this on and your system of getting it on your foot, it's not too difficult. As you see on the front here, that is a cutout where the orange is, so that takes a little bit of weight off. You see the exposed air pod, and you can see right through it, and the other side is the same way. On the back, we don't have the huge tail that version 2 had, but we do have that little bit here. Doesn't serve any purpose, but it's just a little bit of decorative design they wanted to put on there. One of the interesting things on the heel here, you see that that is cantered inward, not out. The reason Nike did that was they found the majority of runners that they tested did not need any type of back section on the heel here coming out. So that's where they were able to take some additional weight off the shoe. You do see on the midsole, it is one piece of ZoomX foam the entire length of the shoe. It's not broken up in the middle anymore. A little bit different feel, but definitely a poppy shoe. One of the big things that helps with that poppiness, cushioning, or responsiveness in that forefoot with the AirPods is, I'll show you underneath, there's the cutout up here, and on the bottom section going from just at the bottom of the AirPods, almost all the way to the back. Now, what's interesting about this is that from here to here, other than these two orange areas, which is where the AirPods are, underneath here, there's absolutely no foam. So that's a big cavity underneath this section here, here, and here, which is going to help with the responsiveness of those AirPods coming down, compressing, and releasing energy back. It's going to give a greater trampoline effect, but in order to make that work, you do need to do some practice runs on this to know exactly where to land in order to properly energy load those AirPods so they release that energy back to you. If you're a heel striker, don't waste your money in buying this shoe because it's just going to be a waste. The magic in the Vaporfly 3 comes in that 4-foot section. They found out that they didn't necessarily need to put that deviation or that cutout right in the middle here with their broken midsole, but the way they designed this 4-foot with that cavity underneath here greatly enhances that responsiveness. But the drawback to that cutout in this here, as everyone knows who has any of the top super shoes on the market today for the past year or two that have these cutouts, don't try and run on any surfaces that have crushed stone, rocks, a lot of small sticks, mud, because it's all going to get trapped in there. Luckily, on the course I raced on a couple of days ago, nothing got stuck in there. Did get a little dusty in there, but for the most part, as far as I knew, when I finished the race, I even looked. I was waiting for a click, click, click sound when we transitioned from the packed down dirt section of the course to concrete trail. I was waiting for a click, click, click for rocks to be stuck on there because there was a short portion of the course that was crushed rock, but didn't have any. So that was good. Not to say that won't happen, because I've had that happen with my New Balance shoes and Adidas Prime X. You don't know that's going to happen unless you try them. Just be cognizant of that if you do get the ALPHAFLY 3s, that if you're running on those type of surfaces that have any loose material, you may get some stuck in there. The black in there and up here is that new full length and wider carbon plate, which adds to lateral stability. This is a little bit wider than the version 1 and 2 as far as the plate goes, but on version 2, it's a lot wider underneath here. There's not as much or as thick rubber on the bottom, so you're not going to have that real heavy slap, slap, slap sound. You will still have some of that as long as you're okay with that. One of the things that you'll get known for in wearing this, just like the version 1 and 2, is when people know that trademark sound, they'll be, and you're behind them coming up, they'll be thinking in their head, oh, here comes an ALPHAFLY, man, because they'll hear that pop. On the bottom, right underneath those AirPods, that is a heavier and stronger kind of patterned grooved material, a stronger rubber than the black. Obviously, you want some good protection under those AirPods so nothing is sticking through there and into the AirPod. Let's put some numbers on here. We have the usual 8mm drop, other than version 1, which was 4mm drop. Number 2 and 3, 8mm drop. Should be a 40mm stack in the heel and 32 in the forefoot. Let's just put some weight on here. Now, When I bought these, I had to size up a half size. Usually, I wear a US size men's 11. These are 11 and a half. Let's put some numbers on the 11 and a half here, and I have 8.7 ounces. Let's change that over to grams for our European friends, 245 grams. Trusty durometer. Now, one of the hard things with doing durometer testing on the ALPHAFLY is where I'll first part test right here in front of that air pod, right behind this white foam. It's a cavity, so it's not solid foam straight through here. But if you're coming down in your forefoot, you're going to be coming down on that section right here for the most part. You're not going to be coming down way up here. You're only going to be up here when you're towing off. You'll probably be coming down right about there or here. Or for those who are truly neutral landers, will be coming down here. Usually not totally flat, but right behind those air pods to right here. So I'll still test right in front of that air pod. 27 on the outside will go to the inside, test same area, and 42 I have. 42 on the inside, 27 on the outside. And let's do back in the heel, and I do that right below where the ankle bone, and on the outside I have 40.5, and on the inside, 29. Firmer in the heel here than in that forefoot. Most sure you're going to have firmer in the heel for that support that you'll need if you're coming down on the heel and your full body weight is coming down on there. Last point, same thing as the predecessors, version 1 and 2. There's two sections here. There are those inlaid heavier rubber pieces here, which add for abrasion protection or wear down. But I'll tell you, even though this is the lightest ZoomX foam Nike has come out with, keep in mind that the lighter the foam, the shorter the life expectancy will be on the shoe, because the faster that's going to wear down. Nike ALPHAFLY 3. Are you going to be picking it up? Are you going to be trying it out? Have you already tried out the ALPHAFLY 3? What did you think about it? So that's question of the day right there. If you've already tried this out, or if you're looking forward to trying it out and buying a pair. If you're not, let me know down in the comments, what race shoe do you wear? And do you wear your super shoes for all distances, 5K, up to the marathon? Stay tuned, and again, we'll see you out on the training courses, the roads, and the races. Peace.